HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good Sunday evening, all. I'm C.S. Scatterly, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thanks so much for joining us. Lead receiver for the Bahamian Riviera, Deloitte's managing partner Raymond Winder revealed the receivers and China Exim Bank are assessing what has happened while speaking with bank executives daily about their concerns and objectives. He also confirmed that a number of investors are interested in purchasing the $3.5 billion resort, including Atlantis' developer, Saul Kersner.
We have a number of companies that have expressed interest. Now, clearly, we have to go through a process as to what is in the best interest of the company to determine ultimately as to who will eventually be the new developer or the new owner of Baha Mar. But that process is ongoing. When you have an opportunity to explore and walk through the property, you realize that one thing, the original developer, Mr. Ismerlin, really had a vision on the project in terms of the whole area. It's unfortunate that things have turned out the way they are, but be it as it may, the property, it's in the Bahamas, and as a Bahamian, we're concerned with having the property completed, operated, running, and so forth.
Given the size and scope of the Cable Beach project, Winder says he wasn't surprised by the level of interest. And while a final decision has not yet been made, the bank-appointed receiver is hoping for one to be reached quickly.
Some of the companies actually want to assume ownership of Baha Mar as is, while others would prefer that we as receivers complete the construction. And in order to do that, I will be calling upon a number of my colleagues from the USA who are experienced in the field of consulting, especially in the hospitality industry.
Though the process of getting Baha Mar up and running has been long and complicated, Winder is encouraging those directly affected by the resort's delayed opening, in particular the nearly 2,000 former employees, to remain hopeful.
Do not lose hope. The Bahamas has not only the Baha Mar of this world going on, but we have numerous projects throughout the Family Island that can benefit from the skill set that they have. So there's no need. In fact, the majority of those persons are young. They're still energetic. I've had an opportunity to speak to some of them, and they're not disheartened by the process. I mean, I know there are others who are depending on the job to pay mortgages and school fees and so forth. And it's unfortunate because any week, a month, not receiving that regular paycheck is a big challenge for them.
Hundreds of high schoolers took over the Kendall G.L. Isaacs Gym for Junior Achievement Day. It was also the 36th anniversary for the organization. While the day was filled with cheers and chants, Jiminita Swain tells us achievers also went into a frenzy after a special guest stopped by to join in the festivities.
Junior Achievers erupted as their company was announced at the annual JA Day event. Vice Chairman and Executive Director for Junior Achievement, Philip Simon, said JA is the best youth development program in the country.
This is what you call crime prevention. This is what you call national planning. This is what you call the future. If we get this right, we get everything related to the country right. And it must start with this generation of what we call achievers, this generation of young persons. This is the future. So for us, Junior Achievement is not just a program. It was founded in '79. It speaks to economics, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, which is great.
Managing partner for Deloitte, Raymond Winder, said he's been a part of Junior Achievement from 1981 and is confident in the benefits of the program.
I think anything that is positive that leads to knowledge of young people understanding and appreciate economics and financial literacy. Too many of our parents have found themselves in financial situations. And so to the extent that we can educate our young people as to how to manage their financial affairs, I think that will be an excellent start in our country.
There was singing and dancing and, of course, Junkanoo, which saw Prime Minister Perry Christie getting involved. Mr. Christie also touted the benefits of the program.
For me, it's wonderful because it tells them about economics, it tells them about finance, and it tells them how we must develop this country and that they must become business persons or help to run successful businesses. And that's the bottom line. And so here at this age, on a Saturday, where they are celebrating as well as starting now the movement of getting involved in the businesses, what they need is more businesses to sponsor them.
That said, Simon had this pitch for potential sponsors.
If you're looking for an investment, a human resource investment, because you're doing the hiring, if you're looking for an investment to make your business a better business, so this is where the training occurs. This is where the preparation occurs. An investment today will help to secure your future tomorrow.
More than 5,000 students across the Bahamas participate in Junior Achievement, and the program has now expanded to include kindergarten students all the way to 12th grade. Officials hope the numbers will continue to grow. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Jimenita. In the wake of environmental concerns on the proximity of gas stations to residential areas, Minister for the Environment, the Honorable Kenrick Dorset, is doubling down on all fuel stations in the country to ensure there is full transparency of its operations. This comes following revelations that a developer was attempting to build a gas station dangerously close to the residential boundary of Ferguson subdivision, which is located in the Southern Shores constituency. One of those measures Minister Dorset spoke of involves the Bahamas National Geographic Information Systems Center.
They have now plotted throughout the entire archipelagic chain where every single fuel station exists. The next step for us is to understand the impact that those fuel stations may have had on neighboring communities wherever they exist. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but we're beginning the process of plotting this, because clearly what I have learned from the Rubis spill is that spills are not something that is foreign to us. It has happened over and repeatedly. There have been leakages, whether the public knows or does not know. I'm trying to get us to a point where we understand and appreciate the impacts of these truly functional aspects of our living. We do need fuel stations.
Minister Dorset, a real estate lawyer by trade, says through his own experience, he has seen where setbacks, the distance which a building or other structure is set back from a place earmarked for protection, play a major role in protecting the property rights of individuals. This same, he says, needs to be applied to the construction of gas stations.
It comes to a point where we have to determine how we plan the development of our country, in terms of should there be a defined dimension or length between an existing gas station and any residential or commercial establishment? Ought there to be a buffer between the two? And I think the Bahamas is now at a stage where we are a young, independent nation, and a lot has gone unchecked, undeterred, unregulated for a very long time. Arguably, the environment has been placed on the back burner of most people's minds. I think that's changed.
Police making a significant drug find, and the country is set to observe Deaf Awareness Week. That and more when the weekend edition comes right back.